Saturday 22nd of July. Just popped down to see Gary at Gatwick Koi. I understand he's moving some new fishing yesterday and today. I was going to take a look at those and see what else he's got available. Here at Gatwick Koi, I arrived this morning. I think we're probably now in the afternoon because, as usual, lots of chat.
Customers as well.
Put the world to rights. So Gary, we're going to move some fish across from the quarantine facility. What are we moving across today?
Mainly jumbo tosai from Shintaro.
Right. Okay. So go Sankey.
Sankey, and maybe a couple of shower.
Okay. So quarantine is something that you're very, very fastidious about.
Yeah, I think so.
So, give people an idea of what your quarantine protocol is and the reasons behind it.
Right, when the fish arrive, we always try to get them in about 18, 19 degrees, so they're coming off the plane into slightly warmer water. We let them relax, get used to the water for a day or two, take them up to 24 degrees. They stay there for 2 weeks at least. The idea of that is at 24 degrees, viruses tend to kick in after 10 days, so 11, 12, 30 days, you'd see some sort of clinical sign. After the 2 weeks, we then got the chillers on their water. We take them down 3 degrees a day for 3 degrees, get them down to about 12 or 13 where we hold them for 24 hours. Then we reverse the process, take them back up 3 degrees again a day, back up to 24 degrees. And they stay there again for a further 2 weeks. And all during that time, they're treated for parasites as we need to be.
So these particular fish we're looking at today, how long have they now been with you in the country?
A bit longer than 6 weeks because we haven't had the room to get them in the shop all the time.
Right, so they're well rested, well prepared for sale. So what we're going to do now, we'll pop across to the quarantine facility. As you can understand, well, you probably maybe not understand, running a quarantine facility is obviously considerable in terms of investment and the time to do so compared to just running a retail facility. Obviously the quarantine benefits are significant. The benefits to customers are very significant. So we'll pop over to the quarantine facility now, have a look at these fish and look closer at them when we bring them back. So this is the isolated building at Gatwick Koi, where all the koi are quarantined, as Gary described, when they come into the farm. Into the shop, into the company, into the country. So I'm going to take a look inside there. This was recently all renovated. So this is the inside of the facility. As I said, just undergoing renovation. So heat pumps and chillers on everything.
Even the nets are hidden away, look.
To control the temperatures. And everything filtered by Oase drum filters. As Gary said, these fish all from Shintaro Koi Farm. They're good for a Masaru Saito. What size are these, Gary, roughly?
30 to 40, I'd say, some small.
So roughly 30 to 40 centimetres. We'll have a closer look at some of them when we get them inside. All coming in?
Well, depends how much time we get.
For me, that's never an excuse. We'll find time, Gary. Some nice looking toso amongst them, I have to say. These fish are just about turned 1 year old. Shintro is spawning right now. Just 2 weeks ago Shintro was spawning, as these would have been done, would have been spawned or bred last year at the same period of time, same time. As I said, everything run on Oase Profi drum filters. Screens on the tanks to stop water splashing between tanks, so ponds are completely isolated. I'm guessing that these haven't been fed this morning. Probably fish that Gary's growing on. Parachina, Hitsuri, Hirashigoi, Achiba.
Just add a bit of water, just in case there's a slight bit of pH difference. Oh. No, I'd say more like 35 to 40.
So here we are, the first bowl that we brought across. A couple of Tancho Sankei if anybody's in the market for one. I'll leave that one go, put that back.
That's 3 step.
I'll leave that one.
Leave that one as well?
Oh yeah, leave.
Like
Yeah.
Soon he comes through on that.
Yeah, this one next, yeah, that can go. Yeah. So here we are, 3 Shintro Sankei. Yeah. Sumi on this one's going to be very imposing when it comes up.
And the bodies will look better within a couple of weeks of being in here, and they get fed a lot more in here than they do over the quarantine. I like everything you cut. Bit of a window.
So just going to wander around Gatwick Koi and see what we can find in here. This is the main display pond. As you can see, koi individually priced. Check the website for prices. Familiar with lots of fish in this pond, fish that I know from Japan when they were purchased or various times. This particular shower here, Yugenji fish, is a fish that I featured on Nishigoi.life back in 2015, I think. First time I featured this after it was harvested as a 3 or 4 year old. We then featured it when it went out to the mud ponds the same year, and again its harvest October. Real nice Kindai shower. One of several very attractive koi in this pond. So we got walk through. Gary, normally you'll find sat at his desk over there, pretending to work hard on his laptop and drinking tea. This pond here is a pond where we just put those Shintro Sankei into. There's a couple of Issa shower in here, which I'm going to bowl up in a moment and show in a bit more detail. Also Terrazzo Kahaku in here.
Yep.
Some Terrazzo Kahaku. So all these fish, 1-year-olds or just passing their first birthday. The Terrazzo and Issa, Gary?
Yep. Sound of happy customers laughing in the background.
So this from Terrazzo. If you're watching this, you probably know I'm a bit of a shower freak, and particularly an Issa shower freak, and just spotted these two Issa toe size somewhere around in one of the ponds here at Gatwick Koi, which rather caught my eye. A little bit dull in here at the moment. It's about to rain outside, I think. So not too much natural light, but the skin on these is really lovely. The patterns, well, as you can probably see, the Benny patterns are really rather sparse. And both of them, you're really hoping for the sumi to come up and complete the fish. The one that's swimming at the top now, got lovely balanced Modagura on both fins, and plenty of signs of sumi to come on the one that's now swimming at the bottom. I'm guessing these are both around 35 centimetres or so, and Gary tells me these are both available for under £300, which seems to me to be a pretty good deal and a pretty good project for anybody that's looking for such a fish. I think, as I say, both of them, the sumi's going to hopefully come. Have a wander through. Probably the main stock room you call this, Gary?
Long room, we call this.
The pond room.
The long room.
Long room.
Because it's longer than the other rooms.
Kahaku in here from Marido.
Mr. Marudo, yeah, we had good fun with these, and I think it was back in February I picked these out. Picked 100 of them out. They were 18 to 22 cm, and through the quarantine I think they all sort of hit 25 to 35 cm. And we've got 24 left now, something like that, 24, 25.
I had a little look around this pond earlier. Some nice Sekiguchi shower in here. These are all on the website, Gary?
Yeah, they're all on the website.
As you can see from some certificate. Fishing here from Marata Koi Farm, amongst others.
Aoki, Kasei, Marusi, Marahira obviously, and Satoshi Kaneko.
Number of different varieties. Various dry goods. What brands are you stocking these days, Gary? What are your main?
All the chemicals from Kasuri and Colombo. Blacky House Media, Electro Heaters. We stock a lot of different test kits because we found over the years that people's eyesight see the different colours easier and better. For myself, I use Tetra because I like the colours, they're clear. Some people find the Colombo, some people prefer NT Labs, so we keep a variety. Breeder's Secret Clay, obviously with the UK distributors for that. That's a massive, massive selling line for us. And food all in the other room. You know how much food we sell. ProBites, Koi.
Slow down, Gary. We'll go there. We're on a tour. We shall go to the food room.
Mark Gardner videos.
Oh yeah, it's tucked behind the back there. But tucked at the back there, some NTV videos. Prominent display.
That's our Awazi and Aquasauce selection. We sell a lot of Awazi pumps still. People just like them, they're quality product. They like the 3 to 5 year warranty that come with them. And their backup service is superb.
Range of UV bulbs and accessories in stock for these emergencies. So heading through from the main store.
This is one of my favourite ponds. It's, as you can see, not much daylight in here, so no go sanctuary. Everything that's one colour, or rather with not a base colour of Benny. So we usually grow on out here. 10 feeds a day. Chagois from Marudo Marahiro, Ginrin Yamabuki from Sudabee, Deutz Karashigois from Yamazaki, and the Yogins are from Izumir, and the Mukashi Yogins are from Marahiro.
So these are growing on or growing on and for sale?
Growing on and growing on.
And for sale?
Always for sale.
Okay, so
the only pond where the price is set by the size of the fish. Which is why I'm always quite quiet, I'm always around here feeding them.
Gary, I've heard a lot today about water purifiers, and I see you're running a water purifier on this pond.
That's just one of 3 in the shop.
Okay. Tell me a lecture about water purifiers.
Use one. That's the end of it. It's a real bugbear of mine. I see so many people on forums, on Facebook, with problems of this, that and the other. I go on the forum, I say, look, have you treated your tap water? We get shouted down, oh, you just want to take our money to... So I don't do it anymore. I message the person, listen, I can look at your tap water, that could be the problem, because 90% of our call-outs and work we do with Koi Health are related back to the tap water. People don't realise that the tap water contains metals, it contains copper. People don't realise that even 6 to 10 metre run of copper up the driveway to their house or from the back of the house out to the pond can give them ulcers. Metals break down the immune system, which means a normal bump or bash, which you might have even seen the fish in here today, that would normally recover without, as long as you're warming up, would normally cover without treatment. If you've got metals in the pond, that stops the immune system from that natural healing process. And it can't be just coincidence that all our customers are using, well, most of them are using purifiers, and we never go calling out to them. One good friend of mine who does health visits for a living said, "Oh, I've been to 2 of your customers," and he named them. I said, "Well, they haven't bought fish off me for 5 years. Can't really call them customers." I'm really that serious. We don't make a big markup. Our purifiers are not the cheapest, they're all pure, but I'd rather sell one of those than a fish at the same price with a bigger profit margin on, because I know if you put a decent purifier in, you're not going to have trouble with your fish related to your tap water. I love this pond. They will just feed and feed and feed all day long. I think that's about the 25th handful today.
So plenty of air pumps in stock, different brands, different price points, different sizes. Which is your main recommendation, Gary?
It depends on the budget and what people want. The high flow from Superfish, fantastic air pump, a little bit noisier maybe than more expensive ones, but same performance. We've sold 9 years and I've never had a single one back yet. Not one back. The Charles Austin pumps, they're new to us, very reliable, very quiet, very efficient.
Well, I saw someone mention these. I wonder what they were talking about. I saw someone mention these the other day.
Good air pumps. Again, never had one of them back. Evolution Air Tap range, again obviously good. And for some reason I still can't bring myself to stop selling the high flow. Oldest traditional air pump, again, never ever had one back in the history of 25 years of koi keeping. They're really, really good.
And look, and you'll find them everywhere. Stuck on every corner, some more NTV DVDs.
Ah, look, there you go.
Hidden out of sight from customers. No wonder he can't sell them.
Next to my favourite air pumps, the high flow.
And finally we come through to the feed room. And feed, more pipe fittings, Evolution Aqua, rubber boots and stuff. Evolution Aqua, Bacteria Pure Pom Bomb, Blanket Weed Answer. And food products. So Gary, ProBites, oh, there we go, knocked something on the floor.
High pressure fittings.
No pressure fittings, which I've just knocked all over the floor. I don't know much about ProBites, Gary, tell me a bit about it.
Peter Waddington started bringing in ProBites about 5 or 6 years ago. I think someone else had a go at it. And I just got talking to him. I said, "Come on, Peter, you're the distributor. Can you give me an unbiased?" He went, "No, I can't give you unbiased. It's a very, very good food." He said, "You should sell it, Gary." So I tried it. And after a couple of years, we found it to be a very good food. We feed it here. And Peter rung me up and he said, "Yeah, I can't do it. I don't want to have a warehouse anymore, Gary. Would you like to take it on?" So we took it on. The range has expanded. I think it's got one of the biggest ranges of food. It's all temporary related. There's a colour one, a health recovery one, a winter one, a spring and autumn one, 2 summer mixes. One's pure growth, one's growth and colour, and the new chlorella, which is based on chlorella algae. I don't know if you know much about it, but you can literally Google it. It's great for health. I've been told you can actually get chlorella tablets to take in human form. And one thing about ProBites, I think it's the only food on the market that all the ingredients are actually human grade material. So, you know, it's not a cheap food, it's very good.
So as well as the ProBites, all the regular brands you'd expect, JPD, Hikari, Saki Hikari.
Aqua sauce is a nice food, that's a new food that's come out. We sell a lot of these 10 kilo bags because it's the only food on the market I think of that does a sinking and a floating mix. When you're very heavily stocked or when you're growing fish on, you can't help but get some damage. When you've got 200 tosai going in for a couple of handfuls of food, they knock themselves. You've got 70-80 centimetre chag always going in with 60 centimetre fish. But we find when we think sinking and floating mix, that the feeding frenzy, although it's still a frenzy, takes place at different levels. Some fish seem to just prefer a taking higher or lower, and they keep doing that. And we find there's a lot less damage in the ponds. We use spring autumn on ProBites and sinking. I think it's something like a 70-30 mix, floating to sinking. Very good. Again, this is fantastic for the white skin. So we use this all year round now in the shop.
And as I bumped into a whole range of pipe fittings on the shelf as well. Everything you can imagine.
We try and stock literally everything that anyone could want for a pond, because when obviously I started as just pond building before we got into the koi and the koi shop. I found it very frustrating running around aquatic centres that didn't have high pressure pipe, didn't have 2-inch flexible pipe, didn't have this fitting, didn't have that fitting. And I swore one thing I would always do is try and have every pipe in stock. These empty bits are just where we've sold today and we haven't stocked the shelf up.
Or Mark knocks them off the shelf.
Or Mark's hidden them somewhere because he keeps bumping into them.
So that's about it. That's the tour of Gatwick Koi. It's a little Aladdin's cave out here. So Gary was one of the early adopters or the early partakers in the International Junior Koi Show in Japan. And I think he was the only person from one country to win the Best in Entries prize the first 3 years the show took place. And the gold prizes as well. We see the plaque certificates there. And a very faded picture of
Mr. Ellis.
I was looking at the koi as opposed to Mr. Ellis, but there we go. Right, so that really does conclude the tour of Gatwick Koi.